As you know, I've lost all of my memories, which means that I don't remember anything about myself or you. I know it might be awfully rude of me, but would you mind if I ask you some questions about yourself? Not at all. Go ahead. Hee hee. You sound like a job interviewer or something, Kokichi. Irk. I was picturing something more like a detective going on an interrogation. Okay, let's see. Where to start? I want to know about how our romance began. Are you acquainted with the other Chirals? Do you have any ideas about why I would commit suicide? Uh, let's know about how your romance. Yeah, I'll choose number one. Please tell me how things got started for us. I want to know all the details, from the time we met until we started dating. Roger. So, every weekday, I go to school and stay late for cheerleading practice. But that doesn't leave me very much time for studying, so my grades were slipping. Then, about 3 months ago, my dad suggested hiring a private tutor for the weekends. And that's how you and I met, Kokichi. Oh ho ho, I see, I see. Then, does that mean I'm acquainted with your family? No, you haven't met my family. I live on my own. On your own? That's pretty unusual for a student. I mean, it's Japan. I'm not an expert in Japan, but I know that, like, from watching anime, like, most of the students just live alone. Mostly with their sisters, or, like, some other family member. Probably, like, their uncle. Yeah. Getting back to the subject at hand, which one of us was it who asked the other out? Was it me or you? Oh, this was me. It was part of an all-out attack on my part. An all-out attack? Yep, I could tell that you had your eye on me, but you wouldn't make a move. So I did everything I could to appeal to you. And finally, I wound up making a move on you. Is that how it went? Yes. Ugh, don't start with that yes nonsense. This conversation is making me so sick I could probably file for workers' compensation. What? What? I don't think we're talking about anything particularly sickening. I have a chronic disease that makes a hole open up in my stomach whenever I listen to other people talk about their love life. Whoa. Hey, isn't it about time you moved on to your next question? Alright, moving on to the next question then. Oh, we're gonna choose every one of them. Do you have any acquaintance with the other Chirals? The girl with the pigtails and the girl with the black hair. This is my first time meeting either of them. Or are those two pretending to be me, I wonder? At first I was surprised and angry, but now, honestly, I'm kind of scared. I can't come up with any reason that they would want to be me. Yeah, I have no idea either. I wonder why they're pretending to be Chiro Saotome, but nothing is coming to mind. Granted, I don't have any sure proof that you're the real Chiro Saotome either. What? How could you say that? Of course I'm the real one. Hey, no, let's limit that discussion. Three of you can insist that you're the real Chiro all of you like, but Kokichi still won't be able to judge which is the truth, given that he has amnesia. Well, in a few hours he'll know which is the real Chiro Saotome. If you are the real one, then you should calm down and keep yourself composed. I see. Yes, of course. Kokichi took the memory restorative medicine you showed us, right? His memory is definitely going to come back, right? I can promise you that it's a little after 8 o'clock now, but by 9 he'll have 50% of his memories back. If all goes well, he might even be able to identify the real Chiro Saotome by then. Oh, what a relief. Cheerleader, do you mind if I ask a question of my own? Not at all. Ask me anything. I'm asking this under the assumption that you are indeed the real Chiro Saotome. Why do you think the pigtail girl and the black-haired girl are introducing themselves as Chiro Saotome? I couldn't even guess. Dr. Keiko, you said my name and the number were written on the back of Kokichi's driver's license. You contacted me that way. Yes, that's correct. How did three people end up gathering here? I mean, how were we able to? Meeting? I should have been the only one who knew about Kokichi's suicide attempt, because I received a call directly from the hospital. The other two shouldn't have had any way of knowing, right? So how could the other two have known that Kokichi was in the hospital? Now that you mention it, that's a good question. Only the real Chiro Saotome who received the call from the hospital should have known that I had been hospitalized. But there are two fakes here too. This is a whole new mystery. Alright, moving on to the next question then. Do you have any ideas about why I would commit suicide? Do you have any ideas about why I would commit suicide? No, none at all. That was a quick answer. Normally, people who do that show some kind of signs beforehand, right? Like being nervous because they've got a ton of stress in their mind, or just withdrawing and not talking to anyone. But you didn't show anything like that, Kokichi. It was an accident. I saw you last night and you were just as pleasant, bright, funny, and kind as ever. If you had any worries that would lead you to kill yourself, I feel like you would have come to me before anyone else. I mean, sometimes, when people are feeling down, they don't really show it. Like, in public, they try to hide it as best as they can. And, because, of course, he cares about you. And if he really does care about you, then he won't show his sadness because he doesn't want you to be sad. So it's like that. I mean, that really happens a lot from people who are sad. I mean, I know from experience. We have the kind of relationship where we can talk about anything with each other without hiding anything. Huh, so the reasons for my suicide attempt is still a mystery. I think I've basically asked everything I wanted to ask. I don't have any. Jeez, I keep skipping. I don't have any real ideas about the reason, but there was definitely something weighing on your mind a lot lately. Huh? Something weighing on my mind? What was it? No, forget about it. Actually, it doesn't have anything to do with your suicide, so I don't think it would add anything to the conversation. You're about to make your first premium choice. Some choices cost rubies. These can let you access exclusive seeds and improve your relationship with your love interest. What? Should I? Should I? I mean, am I still gonna get more? Okay, I don't know. Right now, I want whatever little bit of information I can find about myself. You tell me what I was worried about. Well, okay. But don't misunderstand. It isn't a serious enough worry to lead to suicide, alright? What kind of worry was it? Well, you and I were having trouble with a stalker. It's been resolved. It's been all resolved now. But at one point, we even went to the police about it. Wait, you and I? The two of us were both being stalked? Yes, more precisely, you and your students were being stalked. Who? Whoa. So, what was that like, more specifically? Hey, that's not an okay question. You shouldn't give a stalking victim flashbacks to the incident. Oh, oh right. Of course. Sorry, I didn't think. We don't have to talk about this. No, it's fine. It doesn't bother me that much. But it was resolved a month ago. Anyway, I'm okay with talking about it. Well, if you say that you're alright with it, go ahead. But if you start feeling bad at any point, you should stop. Alrighty. So the stalking that you and I were subjected to. They would slice up my underwear when it was hanging out to dry, smear dog poop on the doorknob, things like that. Sheesh, that's full-on harassment. So malicious too. Yes, it was extremely malicious. The worst was when they poured glue into the keyhole. That's horrible. Was I victimized the same way? Yes, they would sneak into your home and steal your belongings. Sneak in and steal my stuff? That's scary. It certainly was, but that wasn't the only thing that happened to you. The stalker would send letters to your students saying, cancel your contract with your tutor. Their tutor? Meaning me? Why would they make a demand like that? I don't know, but the police said it was probably someone with a serious grudge against you. The stalker sent those letters to every one of your students. So it turned into a big problem at the tutoring agency you worked for. If they just ignored the stalking incident, it would hurt their reputation as a company. And the only victims of that harassment were you and your students. Eventually, people started talking like you might be dismissed. I see. So the company didn't protect me at all. That's kind of messed up. Um, I'm thinking that it's one of the girls who's like the stalker. Like, surprise, surprise, haha, it was actually me, Shiro Saotome, the stalker. I think the cheerleader is actually the stalker one. Yeah, probably is most likely her since she's the one who said it first. But for some reason, not too long after that, the stalker's harassment just stopped. Huh? Why? I don't know. The police said that it might continue, since the likelihood was so high that the stalker had a grudge against you.
But so far, whoever it was hasn't made any moves. Everything has quieted down now, but you started avoiding going out at night or making any trips alone. You must have been terrified of the stalker. Well, well, yeah, that's scary. But what's even more shocking than that is the idea that somebody hates me enough to drag my students into their harassment. I can remember what kind of guy I was before I lost my memories, but maybe I was the type who made enemies easily. No, no, that the complete opposite. You were the type who didn't make enemies at all, Kokichi. Actually, the type who couldn't make enemies.
How do you know that? Um, yeah, so far I'm liking this cheerleader one. She's probably the stalker though. I mean, there's a high chance that she's the one because if the stalker is a different person from the girls, I think that's very unlikely. I'm pretty sure one of the girls is the stalker because to introduce a new character like that, that would be yeah, that would be what's saying not using more of the plot elements, not using your character as well. I think the last one who went into the hospital is the stalker, probably the black-haired girl. You were nice to everyone, and you made friends effortlessly. You couldn't possibly have any enemies. You don't know that. I mean, people have dark sides too. Nevertheless, the fact remains that he was targeted by a stalker. Based on what I've heard, the police's harassment is probably correct. Putting glue in keyholes, smearing fecal matter on doorknobs, there's a clear sense of hostility in actions like those. In your case, Kokichi, your home was broken into. If they went that far, I would certainly assume that the stalker holds a fairly strong resentment toward you. Yeah, she already explained that. You don't need to explain again. No one is loved by everyone. In the course of living in this world and building relationships with others, you're bound to make enemies. Just stating out the obvious. That's like that's like really obvious in life. Of course you're gonna make enemies. No one's perfect. Huh. What is it? Oh, nothing. Something all about all this talk about the stalker just feels a bit off. Yeah, like one of the girls is the stalker, or like the one who sent you the message or something. Nah, never mind. I might just be overthinking things. No, don't never mind. Every detail is important. Anyway, now I know that I had been worrying about a stalker recently. Thanks for telling me about that, Chirol. Of course. If anything I said can help you recover your memories, I'll be glad. Man, she's awfully a lot cheery. Yeah, she's probably the stalker. Oh, the BGM came back. Um, Not about the game, but every time I start to record, my gameplays, like the BGM just starts to, or the background music just starts to fade away. I don't know why. I'll try to fix that. All right. Well, that just about covers the questions I had planned beforehand. Do you have anything more to talk about, Kokichi? If you don't, I'll have the cheerleader leave the room. You need to talk with the other two cheerleaders still. If you don't have anything left that you want to know, ask now, but only one question. Okay? I want to know more about you, Chiro. So I love it if you told me a bit about your private life. Private life? Well, about your family, for example. I mean, if you really are his girlfriend, then that wouldn't be a big of a deal, right? That wouldn't be really a big of a deal. I mean, you live each other, and I'm assuming that you made a good decision being a girlfriend of a tutor. But how old is he? Alright, I'll tell you. I think he's a senpai, but it might get a little dark. Are you okay with that? A little dark? Jeez. What do you mean a little dark? Oh no, I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. It just occurred to me that you ask. It occurred to me to ask. It's not that. I don't want to talk about it. I just know that it won't be a particularly fun conversation, so I feel bad. Well, anyway, my mom passed away when I was little, so I grew up with just my dad. Ooh. But don't worry, even without my mom, I wasn't lonely at all. My dad was a lot of fun. He always made me laugh. You know, Kokichi, you kind of remind me of my dad. Maybe that's why I fell for you. Hee hee. But the pleasant days I spent with my dad ended around the time I graduated from elementary school. Dad got sick and was hospitalized. He's still in the hospital now. Oh, no wonder you live alone. That's kind of sad. I mean, most anime characters only live alone. But like, they have like sisters or brothers or anything like that. And their mothers and fathers are still alive. It's just that it's not shown.
I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm not Japanese. Your dad is sick in the hospital? So, that's why you're living on your own. Yep, living on my own is very comfortable actually. It means I can bring you over whenever I like, Kokichi. Asking purely from a standpoint of medical curiosity, what is the name of your father's condition? Cardiomyopathy. Cardiomyopathy? Hope I pronounced that right. Hypertrophic? No, dilated. Dilated cardiomyopathy. I see. That's a pretty long name. So it's a heart condition. Is he going to recover? Dilated cardio is a designated incurable disease. Whether he will or won't recover is the question. Huh? An incurable disease? Have ACE inhibitors and beta blockers proven effective? Yes, of course, but unfortunately he's getting worse by the day. His heart is full of blood clots and he frequently experiences heart failure. At this point, getting a heart transplant at a hospital overseas is the viable only way of extending his life. See, I told you it would get dark. Will you two stop sitting around in awkward silence? Dad's heart transplant is coming up soon, actually. He's going to be transferred to a hospital abroad next month, and he'll get a new heart there. Dad's going to be fine, okay? Sorry to worry you with that. Well, wow, okay. So he's definitely getting the transplant. You could have said so sooner. I'm really curious if this is important information, because they might use this later on in the story. Okay. I was seriously stuck trying to figure out what to say to you. If the transplant is settled, then yes, I suppose you can be at ease. If I recall correctly, the likelihood of surviving for 10 years after a heart transplant is above 70%. Though, if it's being done overseas, I imagine it'll come to a hefty sum, with traveling expenses included. I'm impressed that you raised that kind of money. Hey, doctor. What kind of question is that for someone you just met? Don't ask her about money. But if it's come to an overseas transplant, then depending on where the transplant is happening, the costs could exceed 100 million yen. Damn. 100 million? Seriously? A heart transplant is really that expensive? Wait, isn't Japan like... I think Japan's like the most advanced... Japan has advanced hospitals, right? I'm pretty sure they're better than American hospitals. Like, they have... I think Japan has free healthcare. I'm not too sure, okay? I'm pretty dumb about the rest of the world. I'm pretty closed-minded. Yes, extremely. Most people couldn't possibly find that kind of money. We've gathered up the expenses for Dad's transplant from a lot of places. Insurance, organ transplant support groups. I'm impressed, cheerleader. You've got a lot of gumption behind that cute face. Come on, I wouldn't say that. I've got a lot of respect for you, Chirol. Pulling off all of that to help someone else? You're amazing. I'm not that amazing. It's all because I love my dad. I'd do anything to help him. You'd do anything to help him, huh? Oh, okay, that doesn't make a lot of sense. What does it? I hate this short, but it's time. Leave the room, cheerleader. I think... Yeah, it would be a pretty dumb plot twist if the guy was her dad. Okay, never mind. That sounds really stupid now that I said it. Sorry for yapping. Wait, please, Kokichi. How about a goodbye kiss? I mean, I don't even know if you're my girlfriend. What? I'm not too sure about that. Sure? No. Get the fuck out. Why not? It's just a kiss. We're boyfriend and girlfriend, you know? That's not... Oh no, I don't have gems. Freak. Don't kiss her. Dr. Keiko's face looks like Goya Saturn's devouring his son right now. If I kiss Chirol, she might actually murder me. Jeez, what kind of doctor is this? Like, could you just let it slide? I'm sorry, cheerleader, but I can't allow you to kiss him. There are 3 different girls calling themselves Chirosao Otome here, and we still don't know which is the real one. We don't have any solid proof that you're the real Chirosao Otome. Save the kissing for after Kokichi's memories come back, and he can confirm it. Okay. Oh, so we're going to the pigtails. I'm gonna try to do a Boston Italian accent for the... Yeah, pigtails girl. And,
think I'll try a French one for the black-haired girl. I have a feeling that this one might be the real Chiro Saotome. Bruh, she's like the only one you've met. She's the first one you've met, and you're already jumping to conclusions. Like, come on, just meet. You need to meet the other girls. That's not very logical of you. I mean, you did lose your memories. Probably lost your personality too. Kokichi, did your memories come back? Oh no, I just have a feeling. Told you. Ha! How sweet. Sweeter than sodium cyclamate. Sweet? What is? I can tell exactly what you're thinking. You're taking the cheerleader's affection seriously, which is making you certain that she's your girlfriend. Well, yeah, you heard her, right? The stuff she described was detailed enough that she must have experienced it for real. The only possibility is that this girl is the real Chiro Saotome, which makes her my girlfriend. I mean, people are good liars. So there's that. Oh, I've been telling you from the start that I'm the real Chiro. That's what I mean by sweet. You're naive. Have you always been like that? Or did it just come with the amnesia? Someone once said, every woman is born an actress. I believe that that's true. Damn. That really makes me think a lot. Like, how do women fake cry? It's something that I've been wondering a lot. Like, they can fake sadness. I mean, as a man, like, I can't even fake being sad. I can't even fake an emotion. But girls are really good at it. Like, how? How do you fake cry? It's just something like that's against nature. You can't cry if you're not actually sad, unless you like have like a really good technique. Anyways, someone once said, if she's making a real effort to deceive someone, any woman can put on a flawlessly realistic performance. Women are more skillful and talented at that than men are. What? I'm not lying. I'm not putting on a performance. Yes, but you can say whatever you like. Listen, Kokichi, this is important. So note it down in red and underline it. The only things you can trust are your own memories and material evidence. Whoa. Things just got serious. Color red. It's the color red. Did you put a red line under that, like I said? No, but I wrote it in red ink. Where exactly? Anyway, it's too early to declare that this girl is Chiro Saotome. Alright, cheerleader, your meeting with Kokichi is over. Go out and sit on the sofa in the waiting room. Alright, well, Kokichi, I'll see you later. Okay. Okay, the cheerleader's gone. How are you feeling, Kokichi? Tired? Nope, not at all. All good. Well, what do you think, Doctor? Is the cheerleader the real Chiro Saotome? Can't say yet. She's only the first one. That's what I've been saying. You know, I really do get the feeling that she's the real deal. She was so sad about my suicide that she started crying, right? I don't think she could have pulled that off if she weren't my real girlfriend. You don't know much. There are loads of people who can fake cry. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Like, people are good actors, especially girls. They can just pull off a cry whenever they want to. Oh, really? Well, when I'm talking to her, it just feels like her love for me is the real thing. If she's a fake Chiro, that means her words of love are fake too, right? You hardly need ask. Okay. Whoa, my stomach's vibrating. The phone in your hospital gown pocket is buzzing. It's probably another weird email. Just give me a second, I'm going to check it. What is it now? You're right, Doctor, it's another email from the same sender. What's he gonna say? Like, don't trust the other two Chiros. Hey, why aren't you talking? What's written in the email? What? Also, why are your eyes darting around like that? There aren't any security cameras in this room, are there? No, of course not, to protect the patient's privacy. Would you mind shutting the curtains? There could be a bug or a secret camera or something. We're on the 5th floor of an emergency hospital, surrounded by woods. Surrounded by woods? Well, that's not a very good hospital. That's not a very good place to build a hospital. I mean, you should build a hospital near, like, a city or something, so that people could, access it really well. What is going on with you? Exactly what kind of email did you get? Come on, it's not that bad. What is it? The Soviet Union collapsed. What? That is very bad. Here, look at it. This is the email I got. What in the? Calls a girl with pigtails next. Holy shit! Oh my god! I call it. It's the doctor. The doctor is a spy.